Is Charlie Dickens, chapter 80, entitled Charlie's Home. There was only one place to go, and there was only one place where he belonged, and that was Charlie's and Mary's home. Mary made sure to let the authorities know that it was her intention to look after him, and they agreed. Eventually, Tinker looked round the room and he realized that he didn't recognize any of the posters. The alarm clock had changed color, and the blinds had now been changed to heavy black curtains. Then it all came back to him like a rushing wave. Tears pricked at his eyes, but this time he didn't let them fall. But he fell back onto his too comfy pillow and he tried his best to fall asleep. Unfortunately, the sound of an annoying saw was scaring the birds and ruining Tinker's peace and quiet. He had no choice but to get out of bed, and he stepped down the stairs. He could hear the tinkle and the clatter of cutlery. He wasn't the only one who was awake. Tinker sat at the table, feeling nervous. He wasn't used to such politeness and nice smiling faces. He was more used to threats and stormy atmosphere. The kettle whistled like an old train, and Tinker jumped in his seat. He was a bag of nerves. Mary put her hand on his shoulder. "Don't worry," she said. "It's different here," she added. Tinker began to relax and his mood lightened, but only temporarily. His stomach rumbled and he realized that he was famished, and it didn't take him long to demolish the toast and jam, which had once towered in front of him, but now was just a plate of crumbs. Mary kept her eye on him, and she was pleased that he was eating again. "That's a good sign," she thought, as he looked understandably pale and needed some colour in his cheeks. She kept the conversation going as she knew that the funeral was only a day away, and she was worried how Tinker was going to cope. It was a big thing for a boy to have to cope with, no matter how unpleasant the dad, she responded. Tinker ate his cereal slowly, and he wondered how they were going to get through the day. He knew that it was his job to keep Charlie occupied, so he didn't become upset about the looming funeral. Then an idea came to him like the flashing of a torch. They should visit Bob, especially now that he was in their good books. He will definitely keep them amused, thought Charlie, pleased with himself. He quickly scooped up the rest of his cereal and then pushed back his chair. "We're going to see Bob," he said almost triumphantly. Tinker was surprised, but he knew that he had no choice but to go along with it. The last thing that he wanted to do was to rock the boat. Luckily for them, it wasn't raining, and it was a perfect, dry, crisp day for walking in the woods.